impression of this event is that it's not for me. The reason we're here, and I think we all feel the same way, is that it's for us, and it's our county. And we have made a statement in this election that we want things to be done somewhat differently. We want more fiscal responsibility. And I just feel like I'm a part of you. And to tell you the truth, I have become part of a lot of families during this election. There are some awful good people in this county. And as we went from street to street, Karen and I went out almost every day, and we met some of the finest people I've ever known. And a lot of them worked real hard for us. They felt the same way we did. But they tend to be people who are not active. They don't like seeing their taxes go up as much as they have. And because they're relatively inactive, as opposed to the people who are very active, they need a spokesman. And my sole intent is to speak for the people of this county and be their advocate, especially for those people who don't get out very often and get involved in civic affairs. And I would really want to say thanks for supporting the principles that, I might have been outlined on the website, very specific, a whole number of items that I supported and things that I would like to see done. And there's no generalities in my campaign. They were very specific. And you all supported those, and a lot of other people did. And I appreciate that. And it reflects the way that most of the people feel in Windsor Hills. I had a lot of individuals who supported it, and they did so willingly, unselfishly, and from their heart. And none expected anything from me other than to adhere to old-fashioned Republican principles. And that was really my reason for running. I am a Republican, and I believe that the party should adhere to those principles that have been there all along. And I'm not going to name many supporters, not even Karen, who was the instigator and principal manager of this event. The election results confirm that citizens desire more fiscal responsibility and adherence to sound management of their tax payments, and which have increased rather dramatically over the last 10 or 12 years. And their trust in me to implement their desires is very humbling. It's a unique feeling. Ralph and Morgan and Bob, they've been through this, but I'll bet they remember what it was like the first time they won the election. And to me, there's a special time for pure politics, but all the time, we need to adhere to good citizen stewardship and make sure that the tax payments that people send in are spent wisely and that citizens' opinions are given priority. And I'll do that as well as any supervisor ever has. And always with the many wonderful people I've met since April in mind. And the accumulation of new friends and family is the best part of this campaign, as far as I'm concerned. And all the good conservative people in this county that I've made friends with, and probably become a family member of the Scott family. My confirmation as an advocate of citizens' rights may reflect the national trend, as evidenced by recent elections in a couple of states. Political parties, in my opinion, need to modify their approach to government and understand that the voters' motivation was not so much a vote for their party as it was an appeal for a return to sanity. And our party leaders must give a high priority to citizen opinions over pure political power. Thank you very much. It's been an exhausting, very humbling and personal experience for me. And I'll always be aware of your trust in me to act responsibly in your behalf. And my investiture will be December 18th at 10:30, courtroom 4, Salem Courthouse. You all are invited. I sincerely want you to be there. And as One of the things I've been working on for years, and one of my promises, is a countywide civic league. And that's being organized. And I'll put these somewhere. I'll put them on a couple of tables, but it's a brochure advertising what's being organized as a thing called Common Sense. And what we're going to do is try to organize all the civic organizations as well as individual citizens in the whole county. And this organization called Common Sense is going to be strictly equal in terms of political party representation. And we'll keep it that way so that there's no great influence by any civic organization or any one particular party. And we encourage you all to get interested in it and to join the movement to organize all the citizens of the county so that their opinions are known to the people that run the county. Thank you very much, and I want to introduce Ralph Smith, who has a few comments.
Well, yes, really thrilled, and just went ahead and started talking about common sense just now. We're going to find, and I can see the headline already, there's going to be 4 board members voting one way, R's and D's. There's going to be 1 voting the other day, and they're all going to be beating on Ed because he's presented some common sense, logical thinking to government. It's a real void there. When I did that, city council in Roanoke City, you probably, if you remember the newspapers, how they beat on me. Well, my sympathy goes out because I think Ed's approach is going to be somewhat similar. You're going to get abused, but thank you in advance for doing that, Ed. I really appreciate it. Great turnout here in support of it. And I had one presentation that I wanted to make. And it is. It's a flag. It was flown over the state capitol on the day of Ed's election. Now, you have to order these in advance to get them on a particular day. So I was pretty confident that I was going to need this. So I placed that order a couple of weeks before the election. I knew what Ed could do and what I expected him to do. Ed, I'd like to read this. This flag was flown over the Virginia Capitol on November 3rd, 2009, presented by myself to Supervisor Ed Elswick on the occasion of his first election to the Roanoke County Board of Supervisors. I think Ed deserves a standing ovation for what he has done.
Thank you all very much.